One of my students recently requested that I record the process of how we speak and how we make sounds to further enlighten them and they can study as they drive. Seeing that May is Better Speech and Hearing Month, it was awesome to go ahead and educate and enlighten the public as well. To produce or make sounds, there's 4 processes that have to occur. There's respiration, phonation, articulation, and resonation. Respiration is simply breathing. The inspiration process and the expiratory process, breathing in and breathing out. The primary focus of breathing is the exchanges of gases, both carbon dioxide and oxygen, down at a cellular level to sustain life. However, as a speech-language pathologist, we're concerned with the secondary function of the respiratory system. We manipulate the expiratory, or the breath coming out. We manipulate that and we hold on to it through a process known as checking action to slow down the escape of breath so that we can sustain that breath or that source of energy to produce speech. Respiration, then the second process, is known as phonation. Phonation occurs in our laryngeal structures, or the larynx, which is where our vocal folds are, or the voice box. Some sounds produced are known as voiced sounds. If a sound is voiced, it vibrates our vocal folds, which produces vibrations or sounds, while other sounds are known as voiceless sounds, which has little to no constriction or vibration of the vocal folds. Moving from breathing, respiration, phonation, vibration, the third process is articulation. Our articulators are all of the structures from teeth, lips, tongue, our soft palate, which all move to help manipulate and alter the characteristics of that original sound source of breath. At this point, the sounds coming from our lungs is just breath. And before that, some sounds are vibrating while other sounds aren't vibrating. It's our articulators that further characterizes and distinguishes speech sounds from another. Our articulators help shape and alter those sounds in our various cavities via the nasal cavity, our oral cavity, or even our pharyngeal cavity, and our pharynx is just simply the throat. Lastly, we have resonation. Resonation occurs in the various cavities along our vocal tract: the nasal cavity, oral cavity, pharyngeal cavity, as well as our laryngeal cavities. They all have different resonances, which is how sounds bounce around, or they filter through based on how our articulators shape them. And then lastly, as the sounds are emitted either through nasal sounds or oral sounds, the sound that escape is a distinguished sound